In 1989, Luke
Oh, the Bushwhackers! We're having tag team matches. Let's go.
around the globe to the
Who are they gonna? Oh, don't they face like Tycoon and or Typhoon?
There's a new tag team. They are
Typhoon and Earthquake.
Just as quickly as the Untamed tandem had arrived, the Bushwhackers endeared themselves to the WWE Universe with their peculiar antics, trademark march, and palate for licking heads.
It's a weird group of guys right here. Oh god, so gross.
As the Bushwhackers
I don't know if they're both Australian, but definitely one is.
In 1991, the boisterous manager Jimmy Hart would go on to devise a devious plan.
There's the natural disasters, right? Earthquake and Typhoon? Yes.
This act would transpire during a six-man tag team.
The Nasty Boys!
Nasty Boys and Earthquake versus Tugboat and the Bushwhackers.
What a six-man tag we're about to see! This is the class of the big people.
Tugboat tagging out for some reason, and the Earthquake going to work right away.
Damn, Typhoon turning his back on the universe and the Bushwhackers. Unbelievable. Actually, it's funny, we were just speaking about TNA tag teams, and we're jumping into some tag team action here.
The Earthquake, the Typhoon, together you're talking about tonnage, baby! The natural disasters!
Nobody can stop us!
The Bushwhackers can!
As the natural disasters ran roughshod through the WWE, and with the tag team titles in their sight, the destructive duo's first obstacle on their path to tag team glory.
They've got some dumb names, but I like the tag team name, like Typhoon and Earthquake. Dumb fucking wrestling names. Natural Disasters? Awesome tag team name. So anyway, speaking about TNA tag teams, I think that's the only thing really lacking in TNA. Main event's good. You got a bunch of solid guys there. You got fucking Lashley, you got Del Rio, you got EC3. They're putting James Storm in there. There's a couple guys they could put in there as well. Like mid-card, you got fucking Eli Drake, Moose, Chris Adonis, Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards. They're kind of the main event thing. Cody Rhodes is another one. He can easily be the main event. X Division, Sanjay, Trevor Lee, Low-Key, Marche Rocket, the new guy, Desmond Xavier, who he was actually pretty good. I was impressed by what he did. Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett, a couple other guys in there. They returned Suicide. I don't know why, but he's back for some reason. I love that they like put in vintages of him to return, and then like he's lost everything that everything since he's come back has just been a loss. So that's pretty awesome. And then you got like some of the new guys like KM, which is a dumb fucking name. So dumb. KM? Worst name. Almost, it's on the level of Typhoon and Earthquake, okay? Such a dumb fucking name. Just call him Kevin Matthews, okay? You got Congo Kong, he's in there. Who else are some of the new guys? I'm trying to think. I can't think of anybody else of the new guys. I think I named most of them. What else was I going to say? Oh, the women's division, you got some solid people in there. ODB, Laurel Von Ness or something like that. Sienna. I don't know who the Knockouts champion is currently. I think it's Gail Kim or something like that. I think Gail's still wrestling there.
Yeah, I think they should change their
I don't know. I don't know all the women that are there, but I know they've got a bunch. And then the tag team division, you've got Suicide Squad. What the fuck? LAX. You've got Decay, who are no longer a tag team because Crazy Steve is gone. I wonder what they're gonna do with Abyss, honestly. Rosemary, that's another fucking knockout for you. Excuse me. And Veterans of War. That's the only new tag team in. And it's basically Crimson and some other guy. I think originally that team was supposed to be Gunner and Crimson, which would have been cool. I would have liked to see those two guys return. Apparently there were rumors that Gunner might go to NXT, which I think would be good. I think he can do some good stuff. I think he's a guy that given a chance, I think he can do some good stuff. I always enjoyed his matches. He had a great look. Never heard too much of him. The most I've heard about his promos was when he was feuding with James Storm, and I thought they were decent, you know. Yeah, I think he can do some good stuff. I think NXT might be a good place for him. But yeah, Crimson and this new guy, Jax Dane, they've got different, it's like Wilcox and Merriweather, I think are the names. Not a fan of the names, but I do like the tag team name, Vow, Veterans of War. I think it's a solid tag team name, and they're both former veterans, and it all makes sense. Thank fucking God they didn't bring in the one-legged guy. What's his name? Chris, I don't fucking remember, but I just, yeah, he doesn't need to be there. That would have been dumb if they brought him back. I think he adds nothing to the product. Oh, another person that's back that I think adds nothing to the product, Hornswoggle. Holy fuck, why is he in TNA? Why? That, like, people shit all over Josh Matthews being like a focus in TNA. Why is Hornswoggle in there? Why is he a focus? Why does no one have an issue with fucking Hornswoggle? Like, I fucking find him disturbing that he's in TNA and he's doing stuff with like Rockstar Spud. Like, oh my god, I think it's so pointless and worthless. Like, just get rid of him. Like, I don't think he needs to be there. It was fun to see him in the Final Deletion thing or the Tag Team Apocalypto, but like, we don't need to see him on a regular basis. Like, no thank you. Please, no. So I'm not a fan of that. What else? So those are a few things, like the GFW thing, Swoggle, and the lack of tag teams. Those are the, oh, Reno Scum. Reno Scum's a tag team, but they got injured, or one of the guys got injured, so they can't really do anything right now. But I think they're a solid tag team. I enjoyed watching them. They're new. I've never seen them before, and I enjoy seeing new fucking wrestlers that I've never seen before. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a fan of what's going on in TNA. Honestly, I thought they were fucking doomed. I still think they should rebrand. I don't think. Oh, another issue that I have. Too many authority figures. Come on, we just had Dixie, and now we've got Bruce Pritchard. We've got Dutch Mantell. We got Jeff Jarrett. We got Karen Jarrett. We don't need all those fucking people. No, that's not what's going to add to the product. I know you see WWE and you see like fucking Angle and you see Stephanie and you see McFoley, you see Shane, you see Daniel Bryan. Excuse me. TNA doesn't need that, you know? You've got a good product with great wrestlers. Focus on that. And that should fucking help your brand. But I'm not a fan of all the fucking... What the fuck happened? I went up to throw an elbow, referee's down, and Earthquake is on top of me. What the fuck? So yeah, I'm just not a fan of that as well. Those are a couple things I've got issues with TNA. I think for the most part, everything else they're doing is pretty solid. Those are my complaints. I don't have anything to fix it. Like, what do you do about all the fucking what's the word? All the people in charge. You know, they're in charge. That's what they're gonna do. But maybe less of them. You know, we don't need to see them too much. I mean, we haven't seen Jarrett too much. We've seen a little bit of Karen. We've seen some of Bruce and a little bit of Dutch. But try and keep their interactions or their involvement to a minimal. At least on TV. Behind the scenes, who gives a shit? On screen, don't fucking need them. You know, I don't think they add anything to the product. So I can see Swagger potentially coming into TNA whenever his contract ends up. You know, he's got his friend Cody there. I know they're close. I believe they're close. You've got Dutch Mantell, you know, Zeb Coulter. We the People. So I think Swagger might be coming to TNA whenever he, like I said, whenever his 90 days expires. And that could be a pretty good addition to TNA. He might not put butts in seats, but it's worth a chance. You know, like we've had... Wow, what a neck breaker. Like, I'd compare him to kind of Damian Sandow. Came to TNA, did some stuff. Didn't do anything groundbreaking, but we saw a different side of him. And, you know, he did some stuff in TNA. And I think Swagger can do the same thing. I think, you know, just try it out. If it doesn't work, just I don't know, just bring him in, see where it goes, and that's it. That's basically it. Just bring him in, see where it goes. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, see you later. And yeah, that's basically it. Who else would be a good fit in TNA? I don't know. They brought in a lot of guys that have no idea, like the LAX guys that they brought in. I had no idea about who they were beforehand. Jax Dane, I was not too familiar with before he came in. Kevin Matthews, I was familiar with. Kongo Kong, I was familiar with. Desmond Xavier, I wasn't. So yeah, just bring in more guys that no one's ever heard of. Reno Scum, I only heard of them through the fucking GFW. They did some stuff in GFW, and I remember reading results and seeing their names. That's it. I'm not too familiar with them besides that. Like, I've never seen a match before they came to TNA. TNA was the first match I found them in. Now, which one's Luke? I'm Butch. Okay, so I would have fucked this up. Hold on, switch. Or climb the ropes. Luke, tag me in, buddy. Okay, now I'm Luke. Now I can win. Hold on, I need you in here. So yeah, just bring in more guys that I guess are making a name for themselves on the indies, or I don't know. Just bring in new guys that you can mold. You know, you want your next AJ Styles, you want your next Bobby Roode, you want your next Samoa Joe, I don't want to say Christopher Daniels because he was kind of established before he came to TNA, but he established himself more when he came in. So, yeah, just more. Braxton Sutter, that's a guy that you can do some stuff with. Hasn't really done anything outside of TNA, and he's kind of, I would say he could be like a homegrown talent for them. So
if he keeps up this pace, this could turn real.
We'll have to wait to see. All right, let's see if we can end it here. Yo, we were just talking about headbutts, and you're gonna fucking go and do a headbutt, Luke? Come on. How disrespectful. What a boot, dude. Let's see if we can get the pin here.
Well, this epic tag team matchup continues. Natural disasters against the Bushwhackers.
Oh, that's illegal. I poke. You know, I never mentioned Andre. He's out here. I guess he was injured at the time, or I'm not too familiar with his situation.
Bushwhackers to survive, they've got to quicken the pace, and that's not what's happening right now.
Here comes Earthquake. Are we about to have one?
Earthquake. Do you know, JR, his car has stretch marks? Oh, no! Look at this!
He's a big man.
The whole arena's shaking.
Can you imagine these guys at a buffet? Oh, look out, look out, look out. Oh, no.
So I guess we weren't supposed to win?
Have a seat and have a 3 count.
That is it.
Okay. I thought the Bushwhackers were actually going to win. I mean, it would have been stupid because they're fucking giant guys, but I actually thought, like, why have us play as the Bushwhackers? I don't know.